Good morning, crypto enthusiasts. Today, I want to show you how you should stay profitable in the crypto space. First of all, for you to make it in life, especially if you're from the trenches or from an average home, you have to have three things. When you have these three things, your journey to wealth and success have actually begun. Number one on the list is one, audacity. You have to be audacious about your dream. If your dream doesn't scare any person, which means it's not big enough. Like sometime, somebody was schooling me on TikTok how I cannot make $300 million unless I have $5 million and above. I say, you are talking about the one you know. Allow me show you the one that I know. By coming from obscurity to making $300 million in this 2025 and 2026 go on. Now, the second one is you need delusion. If you're not delusional about your goals, I am delusional. If I'm not delusional, how will I be saying I'm going to make over $300 million, whereas my entire portfolio is not even up to $50,000? So you have to be delusional. Now, the last one is you have to be shameless. Shamelessness. You have to be shameless. I have did Okada. I have did delivery. I have sold firewood. I have did bus conductor. I have did laborer in construction sites. In other words, to raise capital to actually invest. And majority of my bags, all of these things, especially when I do all of these menial jobs, I use it and invest into Wikicat. So I remove the shame, because those people that I'm actually shy because of, that cannot allow me to sell firewood and the rest of them in order to raise capital and buy Wikicat, will still be the. In fact, they don't even send me. They don't even know that I exist. So I carry shamelessness on my head, and tomorrow those persons will say that I am proud of him. I know him. So in today's class, I want to tell you that success is not luck. If you see somebody who is successful today, it's not a matter of luck. Success is a product of what? Calculations. So for you to come out successful, you have to make a whole lot of calculations. Now, let me teach you this. Why go for less, whereas you can get more for less? Remember my video where I told you the things I bought in a bush market in bulk and told you how much I actually saved. I want to let you know that before I dive into this, I bought 3.5 crates of egg. 3.5 crates of egg. Now, 3.5 crates of egg is 105 pieces of eggs, right? Now, because I gave my friend 3, and I have some left, and my wife used 6 last night, so we have 96 eggs here. Now, these 3.5 crates of eggs, I bought it for 19,950 naira. Okay, now this is 105 eggs. If I just continue buying on a retail, one egg is sold for 250. So which means I will spend 26,250. Now, if I minus it 19,950, 26,250, 26,250 minus 19,950, I have saved 6,300 naira. Now, this is groundnut oil, and this one is sunflower oil. My wife recommended it. Since we have been taking it, it has actually been healthy. 1 gallon, that is 5 liters, cost 30,000. So what you are seeing here is 60,000. Well spent. If you are to be buying the small Kings pack that we used to do, man, I think, and this is going to last us from now till December. Yes, it might not take us all through December, but it will last us to at least second week of December, right? Now, this egg is going to last us till next month. That is what we will be using to eat our plantain. Now, this is how we are cutting down our expenses. If we start buying this single or buy this King's rubber oil, at the end of the day, you will think you'll be saving money, but if you calculate all the sachet things you have used, you see that you are spending more money. And this one is healthier. Remember, he who is looking for money should always keep fit and be healthy, so that when this money comes, you don't spend it all in the hospital or a chunk of it in the hospital. Now, before I used to subscribe 750 naira for my data for 2.5 gig daily, but on an average day, I use 5 gig on a daily basis, which is what, 1,400 naira. Now, when I have a lot of videos to upload and maybe some classes, I go on average of recharging this 750 times 5, which is what, 3,750 naira daily. If I continue subscribing it on a daily basis, at the end of the month, I will spend 112,500. Now, let's assume that I am being economical and I was able to cut down by 2, cut down the price by 2, I'll still spend 56,250. It is a lot just for a month. Now, I switched to 30,000 naira monthly, which is 150 gig. Right? Now, if I continue to sub monthly for 30,000, I will spend 360,000 naira at the end of the year and just get 1.8 terabytes. But now, this is what I am using. But once it expires, sometime in the middle of, sometime in 18th or 21 of October, I am going to do this one, 225,000 naira for yearly subscription, which will give me 1.5 terabyte. And one good thing about this particular subscription package is that it is broadband, that is high-speed internet. Now, look at where the magic comes. If I subscribe 225,000 naira and get 1.5 terabyte for 1 year, I can't even finish it for 1 year. And I will give network to my wife and also the sister, and we still cannot finish it. And also hotspot other of my devices. Now look at the trick. 225,000, if you divide it by 12 months in a year, that is 18,750. That is what I am paying per month. Look at it, 18,750 is far away from here. It's far away from here. Are you guys seeing it? Now again, you might not have this money. What is the solution? I said crowdfund with friends. Listen, friends, and there was emphasis on what? On like minds. You can have friends who want to carry girls with big nails and big breasts. That is what chaps them. If you have such friends, you don't get friends. Now I said crowdfund with friends with like minds and avoid jealous, competitive, and short-sighted people. Now, let's say you have 5 friends who are really in the crypto space, who have similar goals and dreams like you. For instance, myself, if I have 3 friends who want to make $300 million from crypto, we can actually combine money and rent a very comfortable apartment. That is one. Because when you are comfortable, you become more productive. The comfortability should mean guaranteed security, guaranteed at least 20 hours lighting, good access road, good network. That is just it. Now imagine that I have 3 friends. We can split this money and it will be less than 75,000 naira for each and every one of 3 of us. Okay? Now, making money in crypto is not actually what you think it is. Because I see so many of you guys when some cryptos nosedive. Because of what? You do not understand how it works. He that is looking for money should also have money. Now again, after you have all these things put in place, you should have some of these few things. Number 1, your rent should be okay, at least minimum of 6 months. Yes, in 6 months you must have something tangible, especially if you're entering now. 6 months from now, I think it is March or April. Now you should have foodstuffs in bulk if you want to save money. You should have electricity. Your devices should be on. You should have bulk data, which is what I emphasize there, and you should have emergency fund. Emergency fund. So that anything can arise at any time. So imagine that maybe your father, your mother, your sibling fall sick, or even your partner fall sick. Will you be looking at them, or will you go and say your crypto at a loss? No. So now, if Wikicat moves and cancels 2.0 and comes to a price point of 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. Please and please, if you don't have all these things that I have said sorted out, please take a little profit that will cover all of these things times 3. That is, if your rent is 1 million, make sure that you have 3 million mapped out for rent. If your foodstuff is 1 million, map out 3 million for it and other things. So whatever expenses you have, make it times 3. Anything can happen. And that is how you are going to enjoy the long ride to 0.016. That might finally happen on Wikicat. Remember, this is not going to be rocket science, and it's not going to happen in a day. It is going to take a little bit time. So this is how I become profitable in this space, and I thought it wise to actually share with you so that you know what I am doing, and if you wish, you can do it so that at the end of the day, you get the same result. Remember, one cannot make convoy. I want to actually run in a convoy with some of you, my followers and my students. And definitely we are going to party hard in Monaco come 2026. See you guys. Yeah, see you guys in Monaco, okay?
Peace and love. Come, you dey think me, oh, yeah,